from the park, Rich? Across from the park?
No.
Where Royal Towers used to be.
So I'll copy it off and get there. but
Okay,
I don't know what it is yet.
we're live, okay.
I apologize for your line.
I'm going to go back to. Okay, it's a lot.
Thanks for your work, James.
We're on.
Yes, very well.
Well, welcome to the January 23rd meeting of the Board of County Commissioners. Please stand and join the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
James, do you know, is Catherine attending? Is she on?
Sent her the information. I was hoping she would join, but she has not joined as a.
If you could try and get a hold of her, see if she needs any help, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any public comment?
Good morning, commissioners. My name is Gary Lowles. I live at 3308 Frontier Circle. I'm trying to make the rounds to the different commissions and elected officials and just take a moment to thank you for the 2024 service, the hours that you spent in meetings and the documents that you had to review and the places you had to go to resolve fence differences and all the responsibilities that you have as commissioners. It's often pointed out the negative side of the work that you do because you can't make everybody happy. But I just wanted to take a minute and thank you as I have the city commission in Manhattan and I plan to get over to Geary County and thank those commissioners as well because it's a lot of hard work and that's not just true of the commission, that's also true of the staff and the other elected officials. Citizens don't often take the time to publicly thank you. You probably get a few thanks personally or privately, but I just wanted to take the time to express my appreciation for the opportunities, the times that I've been able to come in and visit with you. So enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
No, that's an interesting comment. You know, we had sat on a panel, and I'll talk about it in my comments, when new commissioners orientation, one of the other commissioners who's been there about as long as I have from Shawnee County was talking about how it actually always isn't negative. We hear about the negative side of everything, but we actually get a lot more praise than we actually do negative for the most part. So it's interesting just to mention. So
Any other public comment? No, go to commissioner comments.
I guess I wasn't prepared for that and I should have been, sorry. Kind of thrown off by the.
Yeah.
Give me just a second here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So it's been a week. Thursday afternoon, we had another Teams call with NACO's Veterans and Military Services Committee. Just trying to catch up on some things here. We kind of had a slow end of the year, but had some opening remarks and welcomes from our chair, Sid Conklin, presiding commissioner in Randolph County, Missouri. I actually need to look that up and figure out where that is. I think that's in the northern part, rural county of Missouri, kind of sandwiched in between the Kansas City and St. Louis area, but I'm not 100% for sure on that. We heard from our first guest speaker, who was Kevin Moore. He's the legislative assistant for NACO. He discussed and went through all the new staff members at NACO for the committee. And the next we heard from Ben Kaiser. He's co-founder and executive chair And of the We the Veterans Foundation, discuss the foundation in depth and what they do, what their purpose is, delivering the right help and services to our nation's veterans. And then afterwards, you got an update from Capitol Hill from Mike Matthews, our legislative director for the committee. And we had some general discussion and follow-ups, including some possible policy resolutions from the committee in advance of the upcoming policy conference in Washington, D.C. at the end of February. Friday morning, as I mentioned earlier, I was in Topeka at the hotel. Topeka is what they're calling it now. It's the hotel next to the what used to be the Expo Center. I guess it's the Stormont Vale Event Center, I think. Sat on the panel, included myself, Commissioners Aaron Mays from Shawnee County, Casey Quinn from Atchison County, and Barb Westfeld from Barton County. The discussion was titled "The Commissioner's Job Through a Rearview Mirror: What We Wish We Had Known." We had a list of questions to answer from Bruce Chadney, our Executive Director at KAC, and questions from nearly 90 plus new county commissioners that were in attendance.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were a very engaged group. So a lot of hope moving forward in terms of officials for the state. Yeah, I was very impressed. Had conversations afterwards with several of them too. So I really enjoyed the opportunity. It gave me a chance to share some insight with some new county leaders from around the state. So I really enjoyed that opportunity. Friday afternoon, I met with Morgan Zumbaugh from the Transparent Campaign Initiative as part of the Hype Manhattan Professional Mentorship Program done by the Chamber. We discussed her TIC campaign, offered some help and some guidance as she works to fully put that together and implement it during the upcoming municipal election cycle. She really wants this to be kind of more of a local type of campaign. She initiated last cycle just to kind of see how it was going to work, and sounds like a really fun project. I'm kind of curious to see how that works out. Saturday morning, I attended the Riley County Republican Coffee Talk at Hy-Vee, heard from numerous state legislators from around the region, discussed some local issues and upcoming events, gave an update on all we're working on here at Riley County. I know Anna was with us there too to discuss in particular SCR 1603, the appraiser's cap and several other issues that go along with that. So appreciate you taking the time to be there. Hopefully that discussion extends very positively. And had a follow-up discussion we're going to have on a potential House bill that's coming, not on that particular issue, but on something else. So let's see, Saturday evening, I had some friends come into town who I hadn't seen in about 3 years, and kind of surprised me. I was going to go to the firefighters banquet, but decisions. So, but it's okay. We had dinner at Bourbon and Baker. That's always a good thing. So I went out and got caught up on life and other events. So that was kind of good and surprising to spur of the moment. No problems. Sunday, watched some NFL playoff championship games. Look like they might be fun over the weekend. I guess the Chiefs are still in it. I'm a Jaguars fan.
How are they doing?
Don't talk to me about that. If I could fire ownership at this point in time, I would, but we'll talk about that on a different day. Monday night, however, I watched the national championship game. We did. Go Ohio State. Was happy to see Will Howard win a national championship. He handled that pretty well. Not K-State winning a national championship, but kind of de facto, however you want to put that. So was happy for that. Looked like they were going to run away with it, but Notre Dame came back and at least made it somewhat of a game at the end there. But good for Ohio State, good for Will Howard. I got a commissioner I'm going to have to talk to next month in Washington, D.C., who didn't think he was going to play out. But so he's going to owe me a drink, and I told you so. Tuesday, I attended the Riley County Law Enforcement Law Board meeting at Manhattan City Hall. I was there to help pass the consent agenda. I was on hand to see the reorganization of the board. Good luck to the both of you. Was there to see the swearing in of the new members, as well as elections of new officers. Other agenda items included several of the recognitions, including us outgoing members. Got a really nice plaque and some swag to go along with it. So can't complain there. Gets to discuss the 2026 budget preparation timelines, the 2025 crime reduction plan, discussions on relocation of city animal control and inmate housing costs and other things that go along with that. Also on Tuesday, I attended the monthly Board of Directors meeting of the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce. It's the first meeting with new chair Stacy Kohlmeyer. I happen to work with at Florence, and we have a good working relationship. I'm glad she's at that post currently. After approval of the agenda, we passed the minutes from the December 17th meeting, went through the financials at the end of the year as well as the membership accounts. Some of our discussion items included the Chamber's 2025 state agenda, the reimagined Aggieville project that was discussed pretty heavily at the city meeting on Tuesday. They had a statement of support for that particular project, so I'm sure there was discussion there. I didn't watch the meeting or was in attendance, just for the record, but discussions and update to the growth strategy update. Those will be discussions that will take place tomorrow at the growth summit that will be taking place at the Hilton Garden Inn. Chair made some comments. There were also a few board member comments. I myself made some comments. You might hear about that later. I don't know. And the staff gave their usual reports and some updates as well. And then yesterday, I attended Local Government Day in Topeka with the Kansas Association of Counties. After some welcomes and introduction, Bruce Chadney, our executive director, gave a presentation. We had some introductions, discussed the KAC membership community. Still trying to figure out that online process. I may have to get with Amy on that one and try to figure that one out. Walk through the online legislative resources by Jay Hall, KAC's Deputy Director and General Counsel, a review of the cost required services with staff, KAC membership engagement manager, Amy Addison gave up the KAC membership. It's an online tool, try to get better engagement. Had a deep dive with counties and the legislative process currently with Jay Hall and Mike Taylor, who's our KCCA lobbyist and consultant. Mike Taylor also gave a presentation on telling your county story, how to interact with legislators. Thankful that I don't really have that issue here, but I hear horror stories from other areas of the state. So that is what it is. Then we headed over to the Beacon, which is a beautiful kind of small, quaint place, northwest corner of the state capitol facility over there. And we heard a presentation from Governor Laura Kelly, followed by a panel discussion of Kansas legislators, including House Minority Leader Brandon Woodard and House Assistant Majority Leader Kyle Hoffman. I almost put Minority Leader on there. That would have messed everything up. Lastly, followed up with the reception with legislators and other Capitol officials there at the Beacon. And then I drove home, finished up typing all of this stuff, and there I am. So that's it.
Catherine, did you have any comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, last Saturday, I participated in a Zoom meeting of the Democratic First District reorganization. We elected new officers, delegates, and alternates to the state committee meeting, which will be held in February. I was planning to go to the banquet too, but came down then with a stomach bug that lasted the weekend. So I did have to have an MRI of my back on Monday, which apparently I kicked up a problem with my sciatic nerve when I shoveled snow. So that's what I'm suffering with right now. Hopefully we'll get back. I'll get back on the road here pretty soon. Anyway, let's see. I did meet with several friends to talk over upcoming events and issues in the community. But then let's see, Tuesday, I did attend the law board meeting, was sworn in and then elected vice chair. It was a lengthy meeting. John went over that pretty well about all the different discussions. Director Pete did have a new reorganization proposal or something he is actually doing on how to address crime in the community. Then there was a lengthy discussion on the jail population challenges and finance issues they're facing
the board did give them a go-ahead to come and talk to us about these issues and what it might cost in the future or the different possibilities. We did also discuss animal control in the city and the county. They are going to do a presentation, which was prepared, I think, in 21 was when they put that together. So they're going to do that, I think, at the next law board meeting. So then yesterday I did spend time going through this large binder that was given to me from the law board and studied the numbers given us by the Purple Paws people. Then I also studied agenda and documents for today's meeting, which I had planned to attend, but I'm having a lot of trouble getting around. My brain's still working. My back isn't working very good today, but anyway, then I did go to bell choir practice last night, but it was up and down, and it, that's basically what I'm doing is standing up and then sitting down and standing. It was just really nuts. But anyway, that's about all I've got, and but I am available to talk if we need to talk some more. So I'm here. That's
Quick question. Has anybody from RCPD reached out to you on an orientation?
they were
Keep that
talking
homecoming
about
going.
it, but they,
We missed it in 21, Catherine, when we originally got elected on there because of COVID, but they
right.
reach out and do a deep dive through that. We'll be expecting it.
Mark mentioned taking tours, but I
Yeah,
recently
yeah.
did that at the jail.
And I need to reach back out and do that again.
Yeah, I need to take another tour. I took one before, quite some time ago, so I needed to take another tour. I did talk to him about that, but yeah, I would, they were talking about orientation, and I would like to go through that again, because we didn't get it last time, especially the financial part of it, so. Anyway.
Okay.
Quite a pile of papers they gave us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Saturday evening, as I mentioned, was the annual fire department banquet. It was held at Blue Valley High School in Randolph this time. And they had a great meal and then gave out their annual awards to everyone. I don't have all the names, didn't write down all the names of who it was, but Tuesday was my first law board meeting. Big discussion. It was about moving animal control to RCPD. They're supposed, as Catherine mentioned, this has been an ongoing discussion for a couple of years, but there's 4 of the 7 members are new. So they're supposed to bring back bring us up to date on the discussions. And then Mark French will bring a proposal that offsite housing of inmates should be considered a facility expense paid by the county. It's supposed to come give a presentation to us at some time. Yesterday was the local, as Don mentioned, local government day in Topeka. There was a presentation on the new KAC website. There was a discussion on some legislative action, trying to figure out what the legislators might be doing this year. Later over at the Beacon, Governor Kelly came and basically gave a campaign speech. And then there was a panel discussion with someone from the House, as Don mentioned, someone from the House and from the Senate. And then, I forgot, on Sunday at the women's basketball game, I had a discussion with Senator Starnes. He was there, and because I'd been communicating with him over email and phone, we had a discussion about the appraisal legislation. We don't agree on how to interpret it, but it was a civil discussion, but we disagreed. And that's all I had.
You okay for rapid fire?
Yeah.
First time I have Board of County Commissioners sign certificates of appreciation for John Wink and Joe Gilroth. Need a motion?
Go ahead and make a motion to approve the certificates of appreciation acknowledging Riley County Planning Board and Board of Zoning Appeal members John Wink and Joe Gilroth for their years of service.
I would second that.
Been moved, been moved and seconded. Where'd it go? To sign that for sign the certificate of appreciation acknowledging Riley County Planning Board appeal members John Wink and Joe Gelroth for their years of service. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Need to have Catherine sign that too when she comes in.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Right, thank you.
Need a motion on CIP project activations?
Go ahead and make a motion to approve the CIP project activations as listed.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the CIP projects as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just the chair is lucky on that one. There's a pile. Next, I need to have a Riley County employee action form for Helena Zabalia Chase, a new hire public health nurse in the health department. Both please sign. Then I need a motion to approve payroll and accounts payable.
So I'll make a motion to approve payroll and accounts payable.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve. Payroll and accounts payable. Right, great.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
All, both please sign that. Any changes to the minutes, commissioners?
I didn't have anything.
I didn't either.
I didn't see anything.
Motion?
Yes, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the minutes as written from the January 16th meeting of the Riley County Commission.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the January 16th commission meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
If agenda's okay, commissioners?
Yeah, we're kind of in unison for a
Sure.
change.
Any items for next week's press conference?
No,
Sounds good. You think of anything, let me know. Next, we have Mr. Wilkerson at 9:00. Morning, Barry.
Boy, really rapid fire.
okay. Is James still there?
I think
No.
you just left.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to pull up the, all the documents here and I'm not for sure how to do that. Do you know, is it a share screen or? I haven't done Zoom for a long time, at least for us, so I'm just
Let me
kind of,
see, Catherine. I'll have Cindy Cabrel give you a call.
In the meantime, Catherine, tried to go to the website on a separate device and you should be able to pull it up just there.
Give Catherine a call to see
Primitively.
if you can help her get the packet on her screen while she's on Zoom.
okay, okay, let me do that.
Cindy's gonna call you, Catherine.
Okay, great.
Try and help you.
Yeah, there's gotta be a way to do, I try to do that and it keeps going back, join the meeting, that kind of thing, so it's. I'm a little computer illiterate, but. Okay. Hello,
Goes to the application for fence view. If the other half of one card is instead.
Okay, what is this? We're going from 3 to 4 signatures on this now? What's going on? On payroll?
4 signatures?
Yeah, usually
Right.
we have 2 or 3 now. What's going on?
Right, AP, end of 24, beginning of 25.
I'm like, that's not tracking that, you need 4 different.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know math and words are hard for you Nebraska people, but.
That's low, Jeff.
Watch it, you got 2 of them present.
I meant University of Nebraska, not Nebraska. in general.
That's even closer home to him than it is to me.
At least they're a volleyball school.
Pretty close to him. See.
Very, go ahead.
Thank you.
Well, it's a start of a new year, different names, same problems, so. Same crimes, but, just different names, but, I think we're positioned, well to right now, deal with, everything that's, we need to deal with, prioritizing violent crimes, things of that nature. We'll continue to pursue those, and, we don't have any real issues, as far as we're positioned well in terms of our budget and everything else to be able to deal with what we have for the next year. So feel good about that. We'll be busy, as sure you're aware. We'll be busy with what we have to do, but that's what we're supposed to. Say this, try to stay on task. Brought up an issue at the law board meeting the other day regarding that we're gonna, our office, county attorney's office, and Raleigh County Police Department going to have to figure out how we're gonna navigate this, and that is, there's the old shop owner's privilege, which allowed shopkeepers to stop people who are shoplifting and, confront them, stop them from leaving the store when they didn't pay. Now, we have had a couple of situations where we know of decisions were made at a corporate level that we're not gonna have our employees do this. We're just gonna let them walk out the door. Then we'll send video, call the police and video, whatever else. And that can be a drain on resources for your local police departments. So, first address this with, Deputy Director, Friedline, when she was still a captain of investigations. That, we were spending whereas before you call patrol, you got somebody stop, patrol shows up, there's the individual with all the stolen goods. Basically caught red-handed, there's all the evidence, and that makes for a pretty straightforward case. When you start sending videos and dealing with loss prevention officers and people in other states at corporate levels who, hey, this is who it is, they've hit us in these other places. And then the police departments have to track all that down. First of all, just identify the suspect and get their information, and then we're having to subpoena these people out of these other jurisdictions. It can be a resource drain, both in terms of your work hours and also in terms of, financially bringing somebody in from another state. And so this is a situation where I think that we need to, address it that, sooner rather than later, saying, hey, this is your policy. That's fine, but we're not gonna pass the cost of your decision on. We're not gonna pass the cost of your decision on to the citizens of Raleigh County. If you don't want to stop somebody and you don't want to make them, stop them, call the police right then and there and make this short and simple, we're not gonna drain the resources of the Raleigh County Police Department, the county attorney's office to track these witnesses down and these suspects at a later time, because you made a decision to save money on your end or liability, however you look at it. And so I do think that we're, the police department and our office, we will work together to come up with a solution on this. We've already, we are not going to pass this cost on. We're not going to pass costs on to the citizens of Raleigh County. I think that's what they would expect, and I think that's fair. So, that's one of the issues that we didn't have to deal with, consider 10 years ago, but it's one we're going to have to certainly look at, keep an eye on now, is how make sure that we're not, we're not having obligations pushed on our departments that should be taken care of.
When you were discussing it on Tuesday, a couple of thoughts that occurred to me too is one, a lot of these companies and businesses are trying to negate their property tax. And that property tax is what provides these services, including law enforcement, to protect them. So they're trying to negate that cost. And if you notice, a lot of places are pushing the costs, including self-checkouts. I filed to get a W-2 because I feel like I'm working at these places, so I should be able to at least file that. I haven't got a response yet. When I do, I'll get back with you on that one. But yeah, so what do you expect on that? And then you want to push that cost off when those things happen, because it's fully human nature for those things to happen. So I agree with you 100%, Barry. I was shaking my head yes at Tuesday's meeting, and I'm doing so internally while I'm sitting here. So
I appreciate it, because I assume that we're probably gonna catch a little bit of flack for this, but that's, we're gonna do what we think is, keep our.
you have the resources that you have, and quite honestly, they're bigger priorities. You know that, I know that, everybody sitting in this room knows that. So, yeah.
Is it just a couple of businesses in particular that are doing that?
I'm aware of 3, possibly 4. And I don't want to get us in trouble, name them. but
Right.
I'm aware.
Fair enough.
Their
I
main,
thought you had, the way you were talking about, it, I assumed it was
Yeah, I bet it's 3
national
close
chains
ones.
coming down
It is, that's where it's coming from, so.
Which also means if they're doing that here, they're doing that in
every place.
every
Yeah.
place, other locations, which puts a drain too. So,
It does, so. That's about all I have, but I'll stand for any questions if you have any, otherwise. Certainly appreciate the support we've received from the Raleigh County Commission. I think it enables us to do the job we need to do. Thank you.
thanks, Barry. Have a good weekend. Next commissioner, we have Bryant Parker at 9:15.
2 attorneys in a row. I know it's everyone's dream come true.
well, we had 3 at one time, so we're getting better.
Well, I had hoped that maybe we'd pull out that game last night.
We can't finish a game.
Many
The same
times,
way with-
many times we can't start one neither, but
Well, we have, but now we can't, well, we weren't.
we started that one.
But in the KU game, we started making a run, but then at the end, we couldn't finish it.
If we would just learn to make our free throws, we could have won the KU game. Don't you know, you can practice that free throw.
So
It was funny. I don't know if you listened to the game the day before on K-Man, but they always contact the opposing team's sports announcer guy and interview him. And John, you like this? He made a comment. He says, well, our free throw defense is good. He goes, no, I shouldn't have gone there. He went on. But legitimate. I mean, jeepers.
Yeah. That's,
Remember DJ Giddens, Blake was friends with DJ Giddens, and I met him. He's a super nice kid. DJ Giddens was super nice kid, super polite. But anyway, it was an away game, and he missed some clutch free throws. And he was a good, he played kind of well.
Okay.
He came back off that plane, and it was out.
Yeah, you
like
too.
He practiced for hours that night, and he got better the rest of the season after that point.
Take care. Thanks
He
for being
wasn't going to
here.
embarrass himself. And his
Take
team
care of that
again.
turtle.
You can get better at free throws.
what, I was gonna say, except I guess Henson's on their staff there at Baylor now. But I thought they need to bring in Steve Henson and teach him how to shoot free throws.
Remember that year in '89, him and Lakeith Humphrey had like the 1 and 2 best free throw averages in the country.
Well, Lon Kruger's retired. Bring him. He was the same way. I remember Henson. They talked about it. He, of course, his dad was a coach. He started it in junior high. He figured out a routine. They said, "Doesn't matter what your routine is, but do it exactly the same." He bounced it 3 times. Picked that. He always said thank you when the ref handed me the ball. Drill 3 times. Stop. Take a deep breath. Let it out and shoot it. And if you watch, I mean, he did. That's.
Knew
His
his
brother, Brian, was the same way too. He played at Emporia State and then transferred here for a year. Guess I got his signature on basketball back there.
I knew all of them except for Steve. Of course, I watched Steve, but I knew Steve's mom, Susan Ming. She was the county clerk in McPherson County for
I
all
did not know
years.
that.
And I knew Brian because he worked at the Secretary of State's
I didn't know
office
that.
after
Yeah.
going to K-State. So I knew Brian. Susan wanted this job here, is the job she wanted, and I've had like 3 or 4 previous county clerks apply to work in our office throughout my tenure.
I believe that. That was the other thing about local government day. There were a lot of non-commissioners
Yeah.
that were there. It was loaded with lots of people,
Yeah, several appraisers, several
registered deeds,
Mhm.
clerks.
They'll usually was, for sure.
administrators.
Yeah, there was a handful of administrators.
Mhm.
We brought the attorneys up.
Was Rick Whitty there from McPherson County? He's a good friend. He's the administrator there, and I've known Rick forever. He's been
There was somebody that,
there longer than me.
I don't know, it was the clerk or the.
No, he was a commissioner. He's our NACO guy for the state.
Oh, yeah.
Say that name again?
Rick Whitty. Balding, dark hair, wears glasses.
There
about
was.
my height.
I think he was sitting right behind me.
He's a super nice guy,
Yeah.
very knowledgeable.
He had an administrator sat on and his name was Rick. Fits that description, but I didn't catch what
A
county.
little older than me. But yeah, every time I see him at Casey, when you retire, I was like, that's like the pot calling the kettle black. He's been in county government longer than me and older than me.
Apparently, we brought the attorneys.
Yeah, yes. The counselor's office was well represented.
100%, literally.
Yeah.
I'm back again.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed all of Barry's
Oh.
presentation. We're trying to get this packet.
It was kind of a repeat from what he discussed on Tuesday, Catherine, so you didn't miss.
Okay. Good, yeah, I was, I can't, for some reason, I can't seem to get it to split screen with the packet, so Cindy's gonna email me the packet so I can look at the documents as we go, so. I think we got it figured out, it's just. I'm just not as, there's something between the Zoom and,
I forgot to mention this in my comments, but.
Yeah.
We filled it out.
Yeah, Greg talked to me about it this morning.
I think we need to tell our county story on this and get this out.
Okay. You can do that.
I was gonna make that.
We can do that.
If you could give us our.
The amazing thing on this too is this is lacking the 3 larger counties, Shawnee, Johnson, and Douglas.
Yeah.
So what's $500 million in stuff here is way more than that. I think if it's a $3.9 billion budget, I mean, a third of this are county services. That's what I estimated. I may be a little off on the numbers there, but
Yeah, the big companies.
obviously we have those numbers. If we sent them in there, that's a story that needs to be told.
Wyandotte, Sedgwick were the only 2
Yeah,
big counties.
Leavenworth
And
technically
then
too.
Leavenworth is the next one, but
Yeah.
less. But, yeah, big ones, which would have the most.
Yep, we'll get Brittany to give a presentation to the board, and then we'll have her work with Vivian on some way to
Okay.
put it out there on the website and social media to, just educate people.
Yeah,
That's all we're trying to do.
You know, they said, talked about comparing but the one that said compare, break it down by size of counties, that made more sense to see. Because there is a difference,
yeah.
The counties with 5,000 people, it's gonna be different than what Johnson County does, the way they spread things.
Yeah.
Ready for Mr. Parker?
Yeah, I guess.
No, he hasn't said some more.
Welcome, Mr. Parker.
Commission, my comment, Brett Parker, County Counselor. My comment was I wanted to point out that literally, apart from our friend from the media, the entire gallery is now empty. So I guess the answer to clean out a room is just have an attorney speak. But I really didn't have anything specific to bring up during this administrative work session, other than to just say that, again, I know I'm probably too much of a cheerleader, but Jacob Hansen, my deputy, he is just doing a heck of a job. And we're really pleased with, I think the other thing that
I never grow tired of saying is to be working in an organization that is so collaborative with all of our departments. I really feel like we're in a place where we've got a lot of things moving forward on a relatively quick timetable. And I chalk that all up to just how well we do here in Riley County, communicating with each other. And we're certainly trying to keep that going. So with that, I stand for any questions, but nothing specific to bring up today. So. See none. Thank you.
Do you have any?
Sure.
Yeah.
Little bit of snowflakes coming down this morning out at my place.
Oh,
Just
really?
very, intermittent little things, and there was some little, it was like snowballs almost on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
here they're talking about that Pensacola had 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, Darnell had looking on her phone last night. She said, Destin, Florida had snow on the beach there, and they were showing. And wouldn't that, like she said, wouldn't that just ruin your day? You went from one of us northern states with snow to get away from it.
That's what I was saying. Corey on came in this morning saying he has a friend that lives in Pensacola. He talked to me. He goes, I got rid of all my winter clothes when I moved down here.
Yeah. Our whole family, we took the kids down to Florida trip. I think they were all in high school except for Morgan, and went down to Florida and went all around. We flew in, of course, and we went to Clearwater Beach and just got fried. And I mean, because we were in wintertime, fried to the point where it hurt, and we're all fairly dark complected. And I mean, we were flying home and we flew home into ice here.
Oh.
Like talk about a drastic difference.
That's what we went to Hawaii. I can't remember what they're called, a sunscreen shirt that you get that my daughter bought them for us. Said, put these on before you go outside.
You don't realize how intense it is. I mean, it was hot, but the sun is just so much more intense.
Yeah.
That's Corey.
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Corey, and reading this, you kind of skim through stuff, and where it says imagery by pictometry, it looks like Pictionary. When you just read through it, it looks like it says from Pictionary. I went, what?
It's one of those words, but I know that happens a lot, right? Our minds get so fixed on
Familiar terms.
familiar terms and words, and we go right by it. My 9-year-old is doing that too. She tries to read so fast and go by things, and I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't right, and she'll read it aloud, and it's wrong, and I'm like,
I may go look.
your
See if I can catch
brain is saying that you think you know what it is, yeah.
Well, that's what, and I don't have it. I had a card that my wife had got from some education group, and it had a bunch of stuff written on it and said how many R's are on this, or how many F's are in here. It had Phil and different words, but of was in there 3 times. And when you counted F's, you didn't count them because your brain, it's of, you don't
Oh,
you know, you go through, I think it's what it was, but it's one of those words that it's not it isn't enunciated enough that you don't, when you're going through it, you're just looking for the F sounds in your mind. And,
interesting,
and you jump past it.
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know whatever happened. I had that hard.
Brain teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said the only people that get them all are, like, say, first graders and teachers. The
Yeah.
first graders are looking at every letter. The other people jump by it. The other, little kids and teachers
Yeah.
pay attention to them. Like I said, I looked at it and went, he turned over and says there's 6. No, there weren't. There's only 3. Went back and looked through. No, there's not. I mean,
Been arguing here?
Yeah, start arguing about what? No.
That's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can chat about it too. You want to find a vote on it, probably gonna be voted.
Well, Greg, I think I got it figured out, how to look at I pulled up my iPad so I can get the packet now.
Okay.
I'm just, I was trying to get a split screen and they couldn't figure out how to do it, so. But, I tell you what, I don't like to be home like this. Okay, but I'm here. I don't think you want to see me. I haven't cleaned haven't taken my shower, so I'm leaving the video off, but
Okay.
okay. Well, I am here, so.
Wow. Finish reading that article about that meeting. Ooh, somebody's.
You should hear some of the
Yeah.
comments on some of the social media sites. It's nasty. I mean, nasty.
And someone
nasty.
said something at the meeting.
Yeah,
Yes. They're at the meeting.
yeah, I heard that.
Ready for Corey?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Morning, Commission, Corey Meyer, ITGIS Director. Here are two cars this morning. The first being our annual request for out-of-state travel for two of the staff from GIS. This year would be Jake and Sherry to go to the National Esri User Conference in San Diego, California, July 13th to the 18th. We've already looked at what the airfare, hotels, all of those costs are that we're putting for you as the submittals to go there. Annually, you approve, allow us, so it comes out of the IT budget. We already have planned, but it's always a great conference. So it's the best training that we can send staff to out there. Working with other users all across the world. And then classes all day, every day while they're out there. And this year, Jake was asked to submit as a presenter out there at the user conference, which he just informed me that he'll find that out in March if he is chosen to be one of the presenters. So I am asking for your approval. The grand total for both participants of $5,430. To come out of the IT GIS budget. That includes the airfare, lodging, meals, and other transportation. Asking for your approval. So we can go ahead and get those reservations done and taken care of as quickly as we can ahead of time, especially they're both looking to get into the hotel this time that's right there where the conference is, instead of being miles away. And the additional travel cost that comes with trying to find the Uber or the whatever, I don't know, they use out there. So
Self-manned taxis.
yeah,
Serious.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I assumed our folks would be giving the classes, not receiving it.
That's the hope there, that this year that will be Jacob there, giving a class, which would be really exciting to hear back from. He and I have already discussed, so when they come back this year from conference, to come in and do a little presentation, and talk to you about what they went through, and especially if he gets to go out and be a presenter and how that went. So I'm pretty excited. I'm really excited. We've got, it's Riley County out there. Presenter.
While we're on this subject, at our new commissioners orientation on Friday, one of the new commissioners, I think it's from Phillips County, asked about our GIS. So, guys, popular.
Love it. Gonna be happy.
Mhm.
So,
Me too.
yeah, me too. So yes, just asking for your approval to move forward, send Jacob Sherry to the National History Conference that's in July.
Okay, I'm here. I can make some motions too. I would make a motion that the Board of County Commissioners approve the out-of-state travel for 2 GIS staff to the ESRI user conference.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve out-of-state travel for the 2 GIS staff to the ESRI conference. All in favor?
Hi.
Hi.
Here, please sign.
Yeah. 25 to 24.
Oh,
We all do that.
brain just ain't flipped yet.
Yeah.
Just shows
You
IT.
get 1 month,
Yeah.
1 month free, but once you get to February, you gotta have that right.
Anything manual IT people can't handle very well.
No.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Need to get that spell checker in.
Yeah,
yeah.
Of course, the irony there is it'll probably move it back to 24 without you.
Probably would.
That's funny.
It's kind of bugging it.
Yeah.
Gotta get that fixed.
Go ahead.
All right. The second is, car I have is to establish an agreement of understanding between the county and the city. So the backstory here is that even before we were with pictometry, even before I was the director, going back to Kevin, going back to Robert, our flights have been a shared payment. And we calculate based on some parcels, various things that determines a certain percentage of the overall costs for our flights paid by the county, and then a portion is paid by the city. And this year I decided that we put together a multi-year agreement in our flights. And you can see that these flights right now, they carry all the way out to 2029. And so I thought it would be worthy to have an agreement between our two entities that would establish a clear understanding that the city has a portion, and it's this $12,267.20 that they need to pay back, or if you will, reimburse back to the county as their portion of the overall cost of the imagery flight year after year. We as the county, we own the contract with pictometry, own it and have it, and so we are liable, but it's always been a nice, great mutual agreement. But the city as well, Wyatt Thompson, I asked to draft this as kind of their side as we handle all the management of dealing with pictometry, handling the finance of these things, and he agreed completely to put this together, establish a payment schedule that they would come back to us. Jacob and Bryant in our counselor's office reviewed it and looked it all over, and both sides are in complete agreement with this. So it's just to establish a clear understanding of responsibility of both the county and the city in this joint partnership we have with our imagery. And then when we get to new flight contracts again, then we will reestablish another agreement in the schedule and continue this process forward. And I think it just lays out a clear part, understanding of the party's responsibility. And so on the last page there, we established some signature lines and understandings for current chairman to sign. Rich, we weren't really, how we want to go about or who each time or the next time around if we want more signatures or but we thought that this just got something in writing and spelled everything out clearly on both sides.
We are gonna have to change the name of mayor there, but. That's spell check again, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because they switched that, so.
Okay.
Karen McCullough now. So,
Well, why?
And why are we smart enough to fix that? That's not a big deal.
Yeah,
We've
so
had it.
we do not have a copy yet with signatures from the city. They established it, and sent it to us, asking for us to sign first.
Maybe
So,
Wyatt or Brenda or somebody will fix that.
yeah,
No, I think it's a good idea to get it all in writing.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yes, I
It's
do.
best to have it, because as people change,
Yep.
it's, it's
Yep.
good to have it in writing, so.
We've
everybody
certainly run
understands.
into that numerous times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
yeah.
so I don't know if we're looking for a motion of approval, or I'm not sure, Rich, how.
Definitely have to have a motion for
Okay,
approval on
okay.
this.
All right, thank you. I was not sure, but I went about it. So yes, again, the dollar figures are all there. I verified those, put it before Brian and Jacob. They both in agreement of this as well. And then so we'd just be asking for your approval to move forward with I call it a payment agreement with the city of Manhattan for a pictometry flag reimbursement. So okay.
I go ahead and make a motion to approve the imagery flight payment agreement between the county and the city of Manhattan. Approve the signature by the chair.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the pictometry payment agreement, with the City of Manhattan, all in favor? Aye.
Chair,
Aye.
please sign.
Thank you.
Thanks, Corey.
You betcha.
Okay, commissioners, Vivian is out ill today, so you have a break until 10:05. Thank you.
It's that. Riffles who had it, who rent the. Police station.
Owns all kinds of real estate here.
Yeah, I know.
He knows what you've been with.
As for decades.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I thought that was the right name, but. I don't think they died, but also. Office.
Yes. Need to get on your radar to meet sometime.
Yes,
Okay.
you want my people to just call your people?
Your people can just get a hold of me and we'll figure out a time. Have Tasha reach out. We'll
I'll
figure
have
it out.
Tasha
Okay.
schedule something.
Okay, sounds good. I may come over for one of those blood drives, so maybe that might be. convenient.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I know Tasha would be thrilled about that.
Okay, I scheduled one of them, but I had to reschedule. Yeah, that's when my mom passed away. So
Oh. Yeah, yeah, I probably need to do that too. I've never done that. Never
Again,
done. Give them.
This is gonna sound kind of gross, but I'm getting pretty close to donating 2 gallons. You get a pen and everything, the Red Cross sends it to you, so.
Just not at one time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Commissioner McKinley, do
Yes.
you want to meet with me too?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I will have Tasha get a hold of you too and get on my radar and my schedule and.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You got some time to meet? In office?
Yeah.
We got a break. Continue working, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
You want to?
Yeah.
Out there. Couldn't remember what, I know we skipped one. I didn't remember what time you were at. Mhm.
Break. We have two of the new trucks out here, if you want to see them right out front.
We got 3 minutes. So.
Well, you can even just, if you want to look out the window, you can,
Oh, okay.
you can look out the window and see it right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, Russell. How you doing?
Two of our new trucks are out there.
Oh, cool.
Even if you just want to look out the window.
Yeah.
I like that.
We have two of our trucks out the window there.
Oh, yes, I think I've seen both of them already, but for the one.
Have you seen the arrows over?
Yeah.
This is the one.
Not gonna see the Canadian trucks or Maple Leaf on it.
The Delaware truck and the one we bought for Reed.
Oh, okay.
Are right out front.
Okay.
The Canadian truck is like 20 minutes out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We won't get it.
Well, I expect an apology from Canada, they're good.
How you doing? How you doing? Good?
How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, young man? Hiding back here?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Brenda, you just, walking under the mound of. If all else fails, I'll run in and be like, she's here, she's just out. She's
laying out there.
She's laying outside, but she's here.
We carry her in.
Because my pants are longer than normal.
Yes.
I'm short and I've been like, where are you sometimes the pants I have?
Well, then your hands are wetter, you can kill her heels.
It'll be okay. I'll make it. It'll be okay. I already took an ibuprofen. Preemptively.
Oh,
I was like, I need an ibuprofen for you.
I know where you can get some medical care.
Right.
Need it. I can make a referral.
You starting to feel a little settled in? Or no?
Depends on the day. Some days I feel like, I've got it, and then other days like, it's like,
Now you're like 16 years, I'm still the same mind.
yeah.
Some days I'm like, I got it.
Exactly.
Gotta go back to bed.
Where am I? My husband, he says, he says, we still got that house in Florida.
Oh, doesn't that sound great, right?
I said,
Except
yes.
for no, is there snow there? Snow
No,
going
there's
off
not.
for.
It's too far south for
Okay.
snow, yeah.
Oh my God, I saw somebody the other day, they're like, there's no winter weather when we hope America.
I saw Destin, the Destin
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah, they've got it. Yeah, it's
Oh.
up on the peninsula, they've got it. Pensacola's got it, yeah.
Do they even know what to do with it?
No. They
They don't
have
even
to sit and
know.
wait for it to melt.
Yeah, they're just like, maybe tomorrow. Yes,
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to get nice there again.
man.
And see, our Alexa can't adjust.
Hello again.
So our Alexa every day announces the weather in Florida.
Oh.
I can't get it switched to
I
that.
wouldn't, that just gonna be depressing, it'd be like, oh, well, I just need snowy here.
I know, it's like I told my husband, I said, I'm unplug her.
Yeah,
Because
reset.
she's really-
Yeah.
she's so
And number one search was divorce, two was marriage license.
And there's a big discrepancy between her, like by 20.
Susie Brown at our office, when she used to.
I remember
go,
Susie.
She'd always laugh, and young couples would come up and they'd say, "Where'd we get a marriage license?" And I'd leave and she goes, "They should get it."
That sounds like Susie. She's working in the clerk's office and all. Yeah. She's not wrong. No.
Even without any, it gets down in the 40s at night in the winter, months down there. And people are absolutely. I can't.
Oh, yeah, we need to make a motion, recess as the Board of County Commission and then reconvene as the Board of County Health.
All second. Been moved and seconded to recess as the Board of County Commissioners, convene as the Board of Health. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Great, good morning, I'm Brenda Spencer, I'm the maternal child health supervisor at the Riley County Health Department. I'm here today to request approval to apply for the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation grants for Greater Manhattan. As you might remember, I was here in December to apply for KDHE Core SIP grant funding to support the community baby shower. I'm happy to report that we did receive funding to support that. And the dollar amount for that will be used specifically for pack and play. So we are able to use any of that funding for any other line items, which is why we're applying for the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation funds to kind of help offset the cost of, we provide safe sleep bundles. So with that, we have safe sleep stacks and pacifiers, and then obviously education that we provide. And so this funding will hopefully cover the cost of that, as well as potentially the cost of our venue. And then any supplies or anything like that that we might need. I don't see the budget breakdown on here, but essentially we need this in order to be able to fulfill the remainder of the community baby shower. So I guess we're asking that you move to approve the submission of the 2025 GMCF grants for Greater Manhattan application to support the community baby shower, and then go ahead and accept the funds if awarded. Last year, we applied for, I think it was 8,500 and we only received around 3,300. So obviously we will work with what we have, or what we're awarded if we're awarded, in order to make the baby shower the best we can.
Use it for advertising too, correct?
We do, but luckily we have, last year and the prior year, we used our same marketing materials.
Okay.
So if we don't put dates on it, we can usually reuse it, which is really helpful. The yard signs that we had out last year had to have a date, and so we would have to print new yard signs. But we're also looking at different marketing techniques to
Just
maybe.
get a colored sticker and.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be something for sure. We could, maybe print over it or something, but.
They were colorful and they were all over the place. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so we did our team did a great job getting the yard signs out, and we had a lot of community partners help. We also have to have letters of support from our community partners, and so we have quite a few pediatric associates, women's health group, and other agencies that are in support of this as well. So
I don't have anything.
okay, let's say, I would make a motion to approve the submission of the 2025 GMCF grants for Greater Manhattan. It's an application to support the community baby shower and accept the funds if awarded.
Second.
Been moved to approve submission of the 2025 GMCF grant for Greater Manhattan. Application to support community baby shower and accept the funds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Great day.
Let's hope for good weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always a toss up.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and make a motion that we recess as the Board of County Health and reconvene as the Board of County Commission.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to recess as the Board of Health and reconvene as the Board of County Commissioners. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, Commissioner Russell Stuckey at 10:15.
You got a second.
Mhm.
It's about something else I can wait and say.
David, Russell, John, can I have a moment for you guys' time?
With those two?
Yeah.
Well, you're hurting my My reputation's gonna take a beating there.
Okay.
You never had one in the
I've got a, this is for Michelle.
Okay.
And then I can have it.
Okay.
So
Did you,
I have,
okay, do you want to work it out? And then like maybe I can do it.
okay,
Yeah. Is that right?
yeah.
Because
It should take-
we should just pick some to show. That sounds good. I'll go there on time.
Okay, all right, I'll be there. I know.
Yeah.
Depends on the day. Today, no. Yesterday, no. Yeah, yeah. It's. Yeah.
I'm not sure though, I think now that we have that, the spreadsheet, it should be fine. No, we have that. Well, I need to make sure
Oh, very well. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I was just wait. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let me.
Yes. You can basically know what's going on. Oh.
Well, you might not need it for 30, it's the 30 years more, but yeah.
They'll come back to there. And it was funny because.
Canada truck is literally 20 minutes away, I think, but on a semi, getting delivered today, so we won't have it down here now. We'll bring it down another day.
Preferably a warmer day.
Yeah.
After today's all that bad.
They are nice looking.
Yeah,
They're clean, they don't look used.
Yeah, no, they look almost brand new. It's not a speck or rusted. dents.
This one, Delaware, that one that came, all of them. It's full of
Correct.
stuff.
I told her it's going over to Ogden, so I'm taking credit.
What year is that? What year is that Freightliner back there?
Yeah. Yeah. What year's
Oh,
It looks brand new.
They did a lot of work to clean it up.
Looks in great shape.
They had bought two of them. And they just took the time on this one. The other one sold really quick, and so they had this one, so they just went through.
Looks great.
Yeah, put the new wheels. I mean, the interior is just immaculate.
Great find.
Yes.
Yeah, we probably got it for half of what a new one would cost,
Oh, more than half, yeah.
or less than that.
Yeah, less than half.
Less than that. Probably 30, 40.
Yeah.
Ready for Russell, Commissioner?
Morning, Commissioners, Russell Steve, Emergency Management and Fire. As you've seen, we have two of the newer trucks we purchased. The one from Arizona, I've already brought down to the commission at a previous meeting, and the fourth one that's coming out of Canada is actually on the truck on the way here, as I mentioned. The main reason I'm here today is to talk about what we normally put on the trucks. There's been a lot of discussion about logo policy and everything. I talked to my predecessor, Pat Collins. He said back in 2000 that he came to the commission and the commission had said, oh yeah, the fire district's exempt from that. I'm just basically back to confirm that. And this picture here is what our normal design, what we normally put on our trucks is. And basically just want to confirm with the commission that we continue on with what we've been doing, or if the commission wants to change.
hold on.
Mhm.
I would like to see consistency in that policy. I'm not asking you to take things off there, much like EMS. I think people like the Nike swoosh symbol and the Power Cat and, some other things, you see that, you tend to put some things with it, but I think as we've discussed over the last year, we're trying to be a Riley County or one Riley County. I think it's important to have the Riley County logo separate, but somewhere on our trucks and facilities.
I was thinking the same thing,
Yeah.
but the Riley. I don't know if there's room on the door, but maybe. And each truck's a little different shape, but
Right.
to have the blue logo on there somewhere. But
Catherine, you have any comments?
No, I know that we did a separate approval for the EMS building to change that one, and that looks more like this one, if I remember. But yeah, it would be consistent to have ours, but do we have to change? We don't have to change all the trucks. It's just the new ones coming in.
I don't think any of the trucks have the Riley County logo on them, does it?
Not currently.
Yeah. And and the reason why I say that too, secondary, is Riley County citizens are also basically paying for that one way, shape or the other. And, if you notice, for instance, the city of Manhattan's fire trucks, they have the separate insignia on there for, MFD, but it does say Manhattan on there as well. So it's kind of being consistent with that. We didn't make an exception for EMS. We just said that had to be separate there too. So you could have each one of your both logos on there as well. And I fully support that. So,
We took this logo off of the building,
right,
but yes, it has the Riley County R on it, and it does say Riley County.
right.
Could, I don't know, could we put our logo in the middle of that where there shows the shape of the county? Is that a possibility?
It does.
So it says Riley County on that logo. Fire district number 1. And, I'm not adamantly opposed to putting the blue R on there somewhere. But one thing to remember is all the citizens of Riley County don't pay for these trucks.
Right, but,
Only about 17 or 18,000
right,
of the 70,000
agreed,
are actually covered by it.
agreed. But the citizens of Manhattan also pay for that separate logo to be on those. Separate lettering, I guess I should say, to be on those trucks in the city too, so it's still consistent.
I think trying to put the R in the middle of that would be too small, but.
Yeah, that take away, yeah.
And I'm okay with them being
Yeah.
separate, as long as they're on there.
And you might be able to move, if you moved it up. And I realize each vehicle's different size,
I'd want to put it in a different location.
Yeah.
Where the multi is.
so it doesn't get too cluttered.
Yeah,
Well, as you know, I've been here a day or two, and I was here when Pat was here. And Pat was here when the current policy, which there is a current policy, which they don't currently follow. And it was never presented to be exempted. I worked with Pat decades and never saw him present to a board in an open meeting that it be exempted. Agreed, I'm one that pays the rural fire levy, but your staff who work rural fire would not get paid if it were not for Riley County employees, who I don't believe the fire district pays anything for administrative services
Well,
of the clerk's office for payroll, HR and that stuff. So the county, all county residents, including the city of Manhattan, do pay a little bit to help subsidize that, like they do all functions in the county, because we just don't have the valuation and tax dollars out in the county to provide all of those services. And so it was always in there. Pat was here when we developed that policy. It's never been asked to be exempted, and we're just asked for consistency. And, you know, I think you need to be clear with staff that it needs to be placed similarly how other vehicles are, and not some little thing somewhere kind of hidden to the side, because it is Riley County property.
so there is a form of payment. So like the fire district doesn't get any of the tilt money from the Corps of Engineers that the county collects, which my understanding is that's intended for roads and fire protection and everything. So the fire district doesn't get any of that money. The county collects all that money. So my understanding is there is some compensation for that other stuff that the fire district doesn't actually collect, but and all I can go off of is what Pat told me as far as the history.
well, you know, we have to, you know, what we're gonna do going forward, and you know, do we want to continue with that, with the logo that's on the door there on the picture, or do we want to and put a different logo on the new trucks coming in, and on the existing ones, put a logo somewhere?
I'm fine with the fire insignia that's already on there. I'm just saying
It's
we
kind
need,
of a universal
right.
symbol
Yeah.
for fire.
Yeah,
Each fire department designs that a little bit differently, and that's fine. I'm just saying the Riley County logo needs to
Needs to
be
be on there somewhere.
someplace else, and it could be on the other door over there above the handle, or you guys are smart enough to figure that out on your own, but it needs to be labeled as Riley County as well. And that's consistent with the policy that we've had in place with all of our other departments and consistent with all of our other trucks and equipment. You know, when I see plows out, unless they're orange, I look to see if they're city or county. I look to see which one. I honestly do.
Yeah, I do as well.
And so I need to be able to see that with our fire equipment too. So,
yeah,
So we'll continue with what we've been doing, only add the blue R somewhere.
that's
Blue
what
R,
I would
figure out.
yeah.
To all vehicles.
Sweet.
Yes.
That's what I don't know.
As
Do we want to
they
go
come in
the
new.
new ones or all the existing
It
ones?
stands for all vehicles.
Yeah.
The
I
ball.
think all.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
So we can add it to all vehicles. I just want to make sure we don't have to come back for approval every time we're doing decals on trucks.
No.
As long as we put a blue R, do you have a specific size?
Everything's in the policy. Everything's in the policy. There's an existing policy that all other departments follow. It's very clear.
okay. That's fine with me.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Missing something.
I've noticed that too, he shaved. I was thinking, what? Yeah. Got rid of all of it now.
All of it,
Huh.
just start all over.
No shave November turned into no shave January plus, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't do dry in January, so I had to do something.
I understand. I understand. Right on, right on.
Is that what happened to the top two?
That's something else. I had another question. So,
That's teenagers.
Yeah,
are we, is it our time?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
John Alvarez, Public Works, and this morning we have Andrew here with VHS to give you an update on EMS support.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, last time I was here in October, kind of give an update for the new Riley County EMS station over on. Kind of from when we started work ground in April to that current period in October. And so coming back to give a kind of an update on where we're at up through here this last week. We are still looking at a date of substantial completion towards the end of June. That should say 2025.
We've been to that a couple times.
Yep,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it.
Need to-
You get a free month of January.
Yep.
Okay.
So currently, if you drive by, just kind of some current activities that some that you see and some that are going on inside that you won't see, unless you guys come and take a visit, a tour with us, which we'd like to have you guys
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna get on the radar to do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that'd be wonderful. I'd love to have you. But you guys start noticing we got the masonry veneer is just about complete. We're waiting on a little bit of additional material on the south side to get that finished up. But the big kind of new thing is the exterior metal panels. We've got a lot of that furring up the kind of the backing blocking for that to get started. We should be seeing the first shipment of the metal panel here this week. And they're all different grays and blues and kind of a unique standout feature of the building. So here in the next couple of weeks, you'll see that really start to pop. Also, the 4-fold door installation on the 3 east garage bay doors have been installed. 2 of them are still behind some protection. So you can only see the one in the middle, but those are bright blue, and on the back side, those garage doors are bright blues. When you drive by, you can really start to see the character of the building. Inside, we've got drywall hanging and finishing going on. We've got drywall finished in Area C, which is the admin wing. They are working on getting drywall hung in Area A, which is the living quarters.
You didn't do the director's office first, which.
Oh, we did.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
We did. And then we've got plumbing rough-in installation going on. We've got a lot of the plumbing rough-in completed, and they're working through finishing up the installation above the ceiling. And then electrical and special systems rough-in. Most of that electrical rough-in is done. Go back through working on the special systems or wires and things like that. And then we have started painting in Area C, where we've got drywall finished. And then we're still working through the aluminum storefront install. I've got some photos going through that. Financial wise, we are still at the original contract GMP of $9,587,108. And we still are sitting at a construction contingency of just over $535,000 for the project. So we've used a little bit of that, but we still have a substantial amount of contingency that we're holding and anticipate not utilizing all of that. As far as billing goes, we are about 62% complete. Bills to date of $5,860,000. As far as completion percentages, site work, we're about 70% complete. Looking to finish that site prep or all of the site pages here once it kind of thaws out and warms up a little bit. We got a jump start with the nice weather we had in December. Backside, we got a lot of that prepped, but weren't able to complete all of it. This whole coming in. Masonry, so we're about 96% complete. There's just a little bit left on the building, and then we've got the trash enclosure on the south side that will get installed as we work on that site work. Building steel is 100% complete. Framing, drywall, and blocking is just about done, and they're working on hanging the last of the drywall and getting it finished. That south area A. Our mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and fire protection is about 2/3 done. They're finishing up their rough edge. Before too long, we'll start doing our trim out. And then finishes are about 43%. Starting at the north end and chasing our way down to the south. Some photos. See, the top two photos show storefront where the window install. One is the north end, kind of looks out at the FCRC, and then towards the southwest, towards the health department. Lower left photo, it's the concrete ceiling in the garage bay. We're able to do that the week of Thanksgiving. That will be sealed up. It'll just be bare concrete as the finish line, so sealed for water and moisture. And then the bottom right photo, you can see the roofing in area A. You have all the roofing on. Now that the metal panels are going to be going on the building, though it's the same company that will be going around and doing all of the metal roof cap. Just before Christmas, we were able to get the generator or the transformer set from Evergy, get everything pulled through there. Electricians right now are working on getting all of their permanent power made up to the inside of the building, so we're anticipating getting permanent power onto the building here in the next 2 weeks. Top right photo, you can see that's the last of the building masonry. That far to the left there, you can kind of see is the area that we're waiting on that little bit of material. Within the lower two photos show where we're at with roughing for the mechanical, electrical systems. All of that is going to be getting closed up here pretty quick. The area A, it's already all closed up in the north area, except for what's above ceiling. These photos kind of show the exterior of the building. You can really see the bright blue of the four-fold doors. That's the one on the top left. That's the outside. The bottom left shows the inside, what those look like. So we're working on getting all the rough end for the power to those. And then this bottom right photo, you can see the back garage doors there. More traditional overhead garage door, and then you can see the furring systems with those exterior facade. Inside, show area C where we got drywall finished, and they're working through getting everything primed currently, and then getting the interior vestibule storefronts installed. So, everything is really taking shape, staying on schedule. So we're looking at kind of phasing that completion of the north admin area, and then working our way towards the back. Total completion of the project is still on track for June of this year, 2024. So
You sure? That'd be nice.
Yeah. But, like I said, we'd love to have you guys out, do the tour.
Yeah,
So we can work on scheduling something.
yeah, we'll plan on doing that soon.
It works.
Nice and toasty inside.
Works for me. Even if it's not, I can dress warm. We'll be okay.
Oh, it is nice and toasty.
Good.
Okay, thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Thanks, commissioners. You have Evan McMillan, or is it John? It's
We prefer Evan. He gives us better
we
news.
make us nervous. Yeah, you make us nervous. We thought it was bad news, but we saw Evan, so we thought it was good news, and we get conflicting messages.
Then you stay, it's supposed to be dry, January, and so we're really worried now.
Today is Pie Day. You could have brought pie. National Pie Day.
Oh, I didn't know that. I could have made an apple.
Then I came in.
National
even
Pie
meant-
Day is on March 14th, because 3.14 equals pi.
Well, I think it's the other kind of pie, because he even mentioned the pie place downtown.
Oh,
He was trying to encourage them to bring one to him.
oh. They can bring one to us too. We're closer.
Well, yeah, I still have a little apple pie in the freezer, so I'm gonna bring it in one of these days.
I think about it.
Didn't make it today, but
Ready for Evan?
Yeah.
Morning, Evan McMillan, Public Works. We recently had a resident of Lakeside Heights Benefit District request water service from the nearby University Park Benefit District. Petition was submitted for this, and I believe it was all approved by University Park. For the requirements, a public hearing must be held for any benefit district expansion. Once a meeting is held, if there are no concerns, the property can be added to the benefit district through a resolution later on. I don't believe there are any residents here or outside, so. Any of you have any questions or concerns, we'd be happy to answer them.
so do we have to have another or a public meeting, or is this considered a public meeting?
Yeah,
This will be a public meeting.
we technically have to open up a public hearing. though, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes,
I don't think this is a public hearing.
It is.
Is it?
This is the public hearing, and notice has been published in the paper. My office worked with, Public Works as well as, I think others in the clerk's office.
Just so when there's public hearings, we need
yeah.
one knows they're legal public hearings, and that way the board knows to open the public hearing.
Yes, okay.
Well, I will then open the public hearing for the University Park Water Benefit District expansion. Any comments? I'll close the public hearing.
Okay,
Fine to me, it seems appropriate, so yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Thank you very much.
We need a motion.
Yeah. I didn't have it pulled up, that's my bad.
You want me to do it?
If you wouldn't mind, sorry.
Yeah, because I've got it here. I'd make a motion to adopt resolution number 012325, authorizing the enlargement of the University Park Water Benefit District number 3 to include lots 5 through 7, block 10, Lakeside Heights subdivision, Raleigh County, Kansas.
I'll second.
And moved and seconded to adopt resolution 012325, authorizing enlargement of University Park Water Benefit District number 3 to include lots 5 through 7, block 10, Lakeside Heights subdivision. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Please sign. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate it. Next commissioner, you have Amanda Webb with the next public hearing at 10:50.
Yeah, and Rich, I can sign these things when I come in.
Yep, no problem. We'll have a lot for you to sign.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Bye. Yeah, that'd be a good thing. Sure. Huh?
I'll send you copies.
Thank you.
Ew. Cindy, my comments, I typed them up yesterday. And it's left in drafts, but I can't get it to send. I'll have to work.
Okay.
I don't know what, maybe I have to use same computer, pull it up at home and send it, but I can't make it send it from here. Because I initially opened up sent file to find it. It wasn't there. But it's under, I never
Give you a sinking feeling.
never had send, yeah. But probably I have to use same computer to make it send.
How you doing? A little cold to be swinging a hammer today.
No, not today.
That it is. Yeah, the article about the Midtown thing made on that Hawkins, the state report.
Yeah.
Had a account of American Red Cross and I didn't even know it.
Amanda Webb, Planning Director. But here, for the Valleywood Combined Sewer District, public hearing, we received a petition, the petitioner is here in the audience, to expand, the existing, combined benefit district, combined in that it includes both sanitary sewer and stormwater sewer out there. I was just reviewing my car there. It's actually lots 107 through 137, not 173. That was a few too many lots there. So it's about 30 lots that are again existing in Valleywood Addition replat. Most of which are vacant. There are a few of which that are developed. We talked about this one last year. You might remember we had some conversations about a lot of the different history on Valleywood.
Lack thereof.
And I did include some of that information we discussed early last year, just to kind of refresh your memory. I wasn't necessarily going to cover it, but of course it's there. If you want to talk any more about that, we definitely can. And of course, Brooks is here too, to answer anything. But again, we are having our public hearing to consider the petitioner's request to expand the benefit district to include lots 107 to 137 of Valleywood Addition replat. Just a reminder, the infrastructure is already there. That's why there was some confusion with this one last year. Actually, it was 2023 when we had the building permits that we issued. There was every indication that the lots were already in the district because the infrastructure was literally already there right in front of all of the properties. So infrastructure is already there that won't need to be, of course, just the step outs to get to the lots will have to be done once they're developed, but everything else is already there. So we're just reviewing the district request to expand and include all of the lots in there, again, stormwater and sanitary sewer.
I don't have anything to add. I think there's gonna be some issues and challenges as that develops, but we'll have to cross that bridge. Semi pun intended, once we get to it.
Okay, well, I'll open up the public hearing for the Valleywood Sewer Benefit District expansion. Any public comments? All right. Guess I'll close the public hearing. Like I said, we've been over this several times.
Yeah. I guess one other thing I might add on that is, for the longer term, I mean, this will give us the ability to provide some rural housing. That looks like it's gonna be at an affordable cost. For workforce and for some other things that we don't currently have, so it will provide challenges within the district, obviously with water and drainage, but provides a really, really needed benefit on top of it too.
Yeah, there's housing that's hard to find at that price in the area.
Can I ask you a couple questions? What are you selling those for?
We're currently not selling them. We sold a couple to guys that work for Alternative Air. But the rest of them have been rentals. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, are you receiving any government subsidy of any type?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
But when you are able to sell them at that price in that $180,000 range, you can
Yeah.
rent them at a pretty good price too, and
Yeah, but they're
still of benefit, so.
a brand new 3-bedroom,
Yeah.
2-bath house that's renting for like $1,300.
Yeah, and that's
That's
within
hard
that,
to find.
that's just under that median average,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Appreciate the information.
I appreciate what you're.
Yeah,
doing with
appreciate
that,
what you're
too.
doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. That's all I was gonna add, sorry.
Like I said, there's been enough talk about meeting housing that's price range.
And you can't get it in that price range. It's proof
Especially in
positive you
new
can.
house, yeah, new housing. But
Well, and that's brand new. I
Right.
mean, you know.
Single family.
Mhm.
I had a comment.
sure.
I'm pretty sure all those lots are out of the floodplain as well.
Yeah.
So there's no issue with that. As far as the building and stuff, because it's just right on the edge.
Okay. That's good to know too. I didn't know, Catherine.
Did you have any comments, Catherine?
No, I would just, what lots are they again? Cause Amanda said something about, that lot numbers were not correct on this or something.
Lots, 103, no, I'm already talking wrong, 107 through 137. So, and you can kind of see this map doesn't have them labeled, but you kind of see the ones, you know,
Ones that are
outside the
empty.
blue dashed area that aren't, developed, and a few that are. There's a
Okay. Okay, so this motion is correct with those lot numbers.
The motion is correct, I apologize, just the car had it wrong, I just transposed.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's great to have some actual affordable housing available. So without government subsidies, that's great. So.
And this is one of the areas we've talked about for this specific purpose too, so it's good.
Mhm.
It's good rural development for good rural purpose, so, yeah. Okay, well, I can go ahead and make a motion to adopt resolution number 012325, authorizing the enlargement of the Valleywood Combined Sewer District to include lots 107 through 137. Okay, of the Valleywood Addition replat.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to adopt resolution 012325. Authorizing enlargement of the Valleywood Combined Sewer District to include lots 107 through 137. Of the Valleywood Addition replat. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Both
Aye.
same sign.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amanda. Have a good weekend.
Is this that 3 mile there? I don't know what they were talking about, that effect.
No, because the infrastructure is already there. If we had to put the infrastructure in, then yeah, it would be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's over there.
Yeah.
I just remembered that.
Yeah,
That
and that, I don't know, that might be just outside of that 3-mile radius. Is that outside of 3
What
miles of
is-
city?
What? No, that area?
No,
Uh-uh.
it is.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, it's just down there.
Right on the edge.
Oh, on the.
Because the
yeah,
whole Colonial
okay.
Gardens is in it.
Yeah, okay,
Mhm.
I was just.
Hmm.
24 there, yeah, okay. Maybe.
All of it, except it's amazing how the city will not annex that one little, what's that area called? Nelson's Landing,
Oh, yeah.
because they don't want to deal with the infrastructure, but they annexed everything else around it.
And that severely flooded in 93, if I remember right, too. It didn't come all the way up into the housing division there, but it did flood.
Yeah, it didn't get the houses, but
Well, there's a good sign outside my window. I have a whole flock of robins out here on my tree.
Really?
Isn't that weird? I mean, it's them, they must have come from Florida. I don't know. But I'm just, that's an early sign of spring. Maybe spring is coming, guys. That'd be great.
I don't think so. I think they're confused because they were out at my place, which is north of town, of course, all through that bitter cold. And I was like, these guys are confused.
Yeah, they must be
It was a
confused.
large number of robins.
Yeah, there's just I would say bunch, but there's a whole flock of them out here just looking for food, I guess. I don't know. Have to go throw some seed out.
Snowed in the south.
I had a friend of mine, just outside of Pensacola send me, a couple of pictures said, it snowed here. And I'm like, it snowed here too. Tell me something I don't
That's
know.
what they're just talking about. There's been more snow down there than there was in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was a couple places along south that snow totals this year are actually more than what they have had in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Goodness sakes.
I think it's gonna be a rocky spring, I realize, but we'll see.
I'm more and more convinced that robins aren't the most intelligent bird to have 20 years of experience reasons, because as you know, I spent many years and decades in a tree stand as well. That is the one animal, a large flock coming through trees, and I hear up. Sure enough, he hit that tree dead on. And it was a robin.
Is that what that song Rockin' Robin means?
Must be.
I don't have anything else myself, so.
Don't either.
Okay,
No, I'm good.
okay, well, I'd go ahead and make a motion then to adjourn the January 23rd meeting of Riley County Commission.
I would second that.
We moved and seconded to adjourn the January 23rd meeting with the county commissioners. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Commissioners, have a good weekend.
We'll do.
Guess we'll see you is tomorrow,
Yes.
all day.
All day.
Yeah, between the law board and then the government speaker and today and tomorrow. This week is been
Well, and
You
busy.
got intergovernmental on Monday too, this time of show.
yeah, and not being here on Monday, and that's why I couldn't justify yesterday and knowing we got tomorrow, cause yeah, plenty to do.
Never know.
Given your discussion, tomorrow's discussion will be interesting.
Uh-huh. Not everybody disagreed with me either, so I had a couple people post me and say.
Need to. Got ourselves off.
We're adjourned. right?
Yes, they did adjourn.
Well,
Have a good weekend, Catherine.
well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope we get this resolved here pretty soon. It's crazy.
Bye, Commissioner Pilkey.
What?